Welcome everyone to the All Four Downs podcast, the NFL picks for week 2 with Hector Vasquez and myself, Ovi Muniz. It is another episode with the extra gabba, dabba, you name it. I mean, dude, it was awesome to finally see week 1 of the NFL, man. And so much to talk about, Hector. Um, I like to start off with the very first game. It was the Buffalo Bills versus the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, the Bills won 31-10. Matthew Stafford threw 3 interceptions. Are we concerned about the Rams, or is it just that week 1 jitter?
I just feel like, he might have had a little injury, you know what I'm saying? And then I think the Super Bowl hangover, people call it. I think to me that game, Buffalo have felt like they really had something more to prove because of how they ended their season last year with that thrilling overtime loss to Kansas City. They knew that they should have won that game and things could have been different. But now they're really, really stepping it up. They got their juicing it up. They put their steroids on, and they taking what they had last year, adding it to this year. And I think they told the Rams, we don't care if you're the champs. That was last year. Sucker punch in the mouth. We're here to play football. And I think the Buffalo wanted it more than than the Rams did. And they punched them hard.
Look, man, Von Miller left the Rams, okay? And he went to Buffalo.
He knew something was going on. He knew something.
Yeah, something. You know what? Sometimes you don't want to air out your dirty laundry and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I got you.
Yeah.
But Matthew Stafford looked like the guy that he was at Detroit. That's all I'm saying. On the other side, they fast, man. The Bills are fast. They look like that second half was all Bills. They handle it, and I picked them to win the Super Bowl this year.
I got them picked too. You know what I'm saying? And I think to me that you would think that the AFC would be a little tougher because there's more competition there, but they just, to me, are just showing their dominance right now. There's a lot of football. We still got a lot of football to go. Mistakes can happen. Injuries can happen, but I think at the end of the day, Buffalo got it more together than anybody else. Not taking none away from Kansas City and teams like that, but
right, absolutely.
This got to be the year for Buffalo. Win it for Jim Kelly. Win it for the upstate New Yorkers. Hey, as a fellow New Yorker, I won't mind seeing Buffalo win it. They deserve it for all the hell that they've been through.
I'm glad you said the New Yorker, because on the other side of the state, you had the New York Giants winning their game opener for the first time since 2016. Is there actually life at MetLife Stadium?
I really believe because of Dabo. I believe the coach is going to make the difference. Just like Tom Coughlin made a difference. People didn't believe in Eli Manning, but Tom Coughlin did. And Tom Coughlin coached him. Eli was coachable, and he became a 2-time Super Bowl champion. So I think, people saying that Daniel Jones don't need to be our quarterback. We need to be looking for another quarterback. I say let's give Dabo a chance to coach him. And if he's not receiving the coaching, then I say let's go look. But if he can turn Daniel Jones around and make him a quarterback, then I think we have the quarterback of the future, because we got the coach of the future, even if it's for 4 or 5 years or whatever the case may be. But we've seen it against Tennessee at Nissan Stadium that, hey, if this was any other coach that we had before, we would have lost that game big time. But Dabo stood under control, and he won this game for us. I think it was our coach that won the game for us.
Well, talking about coaching and everything else, you said the coach won the game for them. But there's a coach that was very conservative and let the game be as is, a tie. And that was the Colts and the Texans. They ended in a tie here in week 1. The Colts rallied to tie the game, but Lovie Smith and his team had the ball last. And instead of calling plays to move that ball, he decided to run the ball and eat out the clock, and the game was over. How do you feel about that for the Houston Texans?
I think that was just poor mismanaging as a coach. You should not do that. You play to win the game. You know what I'm saying?
Who said that? Who said that?
You play to win
the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we didn't see that, and it's embarrassing to say that we have a 0-win team technically in first place because the other two lost. It's the South is just a joke. I know they say the NFC East is a joke, but the AFC South is just a joke right now. Nobody has a win.
No. But you know what? Things are going to turn around because we're going to see true identities coming in week 2, leading on to week 3. And of course, you look at the preseason. These starters really didn't play much.
Right.
Now we're going to get to see what's going on. And on about week 2, man, we got games that we're going to be starting to pick, man. And the spreads are changing from 24 hours. I'm going to identify those changes. But in the meantime, we got some football. We got a game on Thursday night. We got 2 games at Monday night. So it's going to be a busy weekend.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it, trying to rebound from our record last week. But I love the new challenge that we're doing for our season this year. We're not doing straight picks. So I love the challenge. So we just got to step up our game here.
All right, the Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Vikings, Chiefs all had big wins. The Buccaneers are the only team that hasn't allowed a touchdown. Can these teams represent? Are they contenders or pretenders? We're about to find out as soon as we make our picks. And here we go. Week 2 starting off with the Chargers versus the Chiefs.
My God, you talking about an AFC West battle right off the top like this. Look, real quick, these 2 teams, the last 4 meetings, I believe the road team is won, so you'll think that this is going to favor the Chargers. But last week, man, the Kansas City Chiefs had 6 different players score a touchdown. I don't know if it was because Arizona's defense was garbage or what, but I see this game being another high-scoring game. But I am going to go with the spread here. I'm going to take the Chiefs and the -4 on this one at home to take down the Chargers.
Man, I totally disagree with you there, man. The Chargers, they knew they missed out last year in the playoffs. And the coach seems like he is tuned in. The coach got coached up, and he is ready. That's why I'm picking the Chargers to upset the Kansas City Chiefs at Kansas City. So I'm taking those 4 points. Give it to the Chargers. Here we go. The Patriots visit the Steelers. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, yesterday, the Steelers were favored by 2.5. Now, the Patriots are favored by 2, according to DraftKings, with the over-under 40 points. Who you taking?
This is kind of tricky because I think, with the injuries going back and forth with TJ Watt and Mac Jones, who you really kind of go back and forth with here. But I think, I'm gonna lean towards the New England Patriots on this one. They'll go into Pittsburgh and win this game. I'm going to take New England with the 2 points, and I think they're going to do it. I really think they're going to take down Pittsburgh. I think last week what Pittsburgh did with Cincinnati was kind of a fluke. We knew New England wasn't going to match up well with Miami. I just think that they're going to do it. They're a road. I think it's weird how they're maybe a road favorite, but I think they're going to do it. I
can't believe you said that was a fluke. That's not a fluke. The Steelers defense are always the Steelers defense. They got 5 picks off of Joe Burrow. Okay. I'm telling you that the Steelers defense is what makes the Steelers survive. Okay. And yes, they got Trubisky in there, and that offense is a little average, but that defense is a way better than the Patriots. I'm taking the Steelers. Okay. Right. DraftKings don't know what happened. They don't know what's going on. The Steelers are going to take this game and win by 6. I guarantee. All right, moving on here. We got the Buccaneers versus the Saints. The Bucks are favorite 2.5 with the over-under 44.
You would think that the Saints are just that Achilles heel to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. I want to stay away from that. I really don't. I'm going to have to go with the over on this one. I think they're going to score some points here, just like the way the Saints did last week against the Falcons. So I don't really know about this one because Tom Brady, he doesn't seem to know how to quit. But we're going to find out whether or not he could beat these Saints or not. But I'm going to take the over on this one. I think they're going to put
staying on the safe side to go over, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not staying safe. I'm going for the Saints. I'm going for another upset because I'm telling you, the Saints do own the Bucks, and what they
Yeah.
did last week. Yes, I know the second half could have cost them the game, but the Saints will go ahead and they'll get the job done. Moving on to the Colts and the Jaguars. I mean, the Colts ended up with a tie, but the Jaguars got a loss. Jaguars looked way better. Doug Peterson, all right, it looks good with this team. Doug Peterson also knows the head coach of the Colts, which is Frank Reich, which both of them were together in Philadelphia. So, who am I going for? That is the great question, but I'm not going first. You are.
These two teams are honestly, it seems like a joke. Again, we're talking about the AFC South. The South right now after week one looks just garbage. Okay. But for some reason, I am going to trust Matt Ryan more than I am Trevor Lawrence on this game right here. So I am going to take the Colts on this one to win. If they don't win this game, then I give up. But I'm going to take the 3.5 on this one with the Colts, and they're going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And there's another game I disagree with. I'm taking Jaguars over the Colts because, look, I know they were coming back, but who did the Colts play last week? Okay, the Texans. Come on, man. Give me the Jaguars. They're a better team. They'll run the ball. They got a better defense than the Texans. If the Jaguars take the lead in this game, they're not going to lose the lead. So give me the Jaguars. Yes.
I want to believe in Trevor Lawrence. I really do.
And that's all right. They got the right coach with them. But you know what else? Who got the right coach? It's the New York Giants. They are ready. And what way to start the season, not only getting lucky to win against the Texans. The Titans. I got to correct myself, the Titans. But the Panthers. Who are the Panthers? Tell me.
Look, Brian Daboll, I think, is going to start changing things around big time. And he's going to start with our quarterback, Daniel Jones. I know the Giants are my team, and I've always been skeptic because there's been no good coaching here. Okay, so I like the Giants in this one. I think Daboll got a game plan, but we need to play 4 quarters. We can't play one half. We didn't play the first half. We had to come back in the second half. We're at home. Baker Mayfield may have a good little run here and there, but I think at the end of the day, if our defense step up and get to the quarterback, we can win this game. Saquon Barkley having another great game. Okay, I think we win this game outright and we beat the Panthers.
All right, the Giants will win, and if they win, it's gonna be at the minimum by a field goal, but they're going to fight all the way to the end. The Jets and the Browns. Now, this is a different story, man. The Jets still going to be without their starting quarterback, and then you got the Cleveland Browns that look pretty damn good against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I don't trust Joe Flacco. I really don't. I don't think the Giants are good enough. Okay, Frank, we'll save that for another conversation.
You're talking about a Miami fan that Tua Tagovailoa is garbage, but we're gonna save that for later. But who you got, Jets or Browns?
Look, I'm gonna go with the Browns on this one. I think if the Cleveland just kind of let Myles Garrett loose in this one, Joe Flacco and the Jets offense ain't gonna have no kind of answer for the Browns offense in this game. So I got Cleveland outright to win this game. I'm going to take it. 6.5? I'll take it.
I'm taking that too. I'm taking the Browns, and they win by 10 points. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm aiming for. All right, the Dolphins versus the Ravens.
Oh my God, this is going to be a very interesting game, I think. But I'm going to have to give it to Baltimore. Bills. Let's freaking go. Yeah. Look, I think Miami did what they had to do last week against a banged-up New England team, but I'm sorry. Baltimore got the better quarterback in this game, okay? So I just feel that at home, I take Baltimore outright to win this game. So
I like this comment because Frank is from Miami, okay? So, of course, he's going to go for the Dolphins. But little does he knows that when Miami goes in there to see the Ravens, they're going to get shut down, okay? You might as well just pray that your backup quarterback is able to play, man, because that's exactly what's going to happen this weekend. The Ravens will destroy the Miami Dolphins. Now, here we go. Hector, are you joking? Miami has the better defense. Now, This is all the comments coming through from social media. So, and that's why they play the game, right?
Yes,
So
they do.
it is what it is. Washington visits Detroit.
Oh my God, Detroit should have won that game last week against Philadelphia. I don't think Washington has a defense. I think Detroit is going to run up the score like they did last week against Philadelphia, even though they came up short, but they covered.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick Detroit to win this game at home against Washington. I do not see them losing 2 straight, against an NFC East opponent. So, and plus, with the Giants win will help us, with the Commanders losing, that'll help us out a little bit. So I'm going outright. I was going to go with the over-under, but I think Detroit is going to just run up the board on this one here. So,
I got Detroit as well. I think Detroit will win by a touchdown, but hey, that's why they play the game, especially in Detroit. I mean, this could go down to the wire for the game-winning field goal. So I'm excited to see this game.
Yeah.
All right, the Falcons versus the Rams. The Rams are 10.5 with a over/under 46.5.
I'm going to go with the under on this one. I know it's going to sound crazy because that spread right there is too big for me. I know the Rams, got beat last week pretty bad, and they're looking to come back. But I just don't think that Atlanta has what it takes to handle this Rams team. But I'm going to go with the under on this one. I'm going to play it safe on this one. I think the Rams will probably win, but I'm sticking with the under.
I just feel sorry for the Falcons, to be honest with you. I think this is a team that are expected to be probably fighting for the first round pick for the next NFL draft. They didn't look like it. They didn't look like it last week, but you got the Rams that coming from a loss. They got to redeem themselves. Their frustrations will be on the Falcons.
I think Atlanta will find a way of keeping it close with the spread throughout a lot of these games, but you give them a lead, they'll blow it. So they have to play from behind.
It all depends on the quarterback. Will he throw more interceptions? That's what's going to make it or break it. If he's zero interceptions, the Rams will score and cover the spread. So I'm right now I'm staying. I'm going to give it to the Rams with the spread.
Okay.
The Seahawks versus the 49ers. 8.5 is the spread in favor of 49ers. 41.5. Now, remind you, Seahawks, they look good against the Broncos, but the 49ers, they were at war with the weather so much than the Bears. So, who you got?
It's crazy because I believe Seattle has won the last 3 at San Francisco. So they're like the road warrior against the Niners. But I am taking the Niners with the points on this one. I know it's pretty big. I know it's pretty big, but they're at home and they don't have no worry about no Seattle crowd behind them. There's no 12th man in San Francisco. So I am going to take the 49ers and the 8.5 points on this one.
All right, man. Listen, I guess I'm being outnumbered here because Frank says the Niners. However, I'm sticking with the run game. I'm sticking with the philosophy that having the best run game and relying on your defense is going to get you somewhere. And everyone's doubting the Seahawks, and I know their backup quarterback in the Seahawks is normally a backup, but I tell you this, I'm picking the Seahawks. No matter what the score is, I'm taking the underdog.
I can't blame you for that. I mean, Geno Smith did pretty damn good.
There you go, Geno Smith. I was gonna call him Troy Smith, but that's the wrong guy.
he started 13 for 13. So I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from that. I mean, this is
he got something to prove, man. He got something to prove because he's a former Jet, and finally Giant. Now, yeah, that too. But he was a backup, but he was a starter.
Yeah.
Right in his defense, now he has an opportunity to prove himself that he's a worthy starter, and what a great organization he's going to be in to prove that. The Bengals at the Cowboys. Prescott is not going to play. He is out for at least 4 weeks. Who you got?
Look, people could say that I'm a Cowboy hater, but I'm not. Okay,
you are.
No,
be honest.
No, I'm going to be.
No,
honest.
Really, be honest.
No,
don't make me put out the records.
It's the fan base that makes things really hard to go for the Cowboys when all due is when it's supposed to be there. But look, Prescott is not there. I really don't see, whatever his name is, Chase, whatever the backup quarterback is. you could get Uncle Rico in there. I don't think the Cowboys going to do much right now against this Bengals defense. Okay, so I'm picking the Bengals outright to win this game. I hate to say that because I was going to stay away from this one, but I do. I like the Bengals to win this one.
I was wanting to go over on that 41.5.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over 41.5, and I'm going to pick the well, I can't pick. I'm just going over on points. But I feel you. I'm picking the Bengals to win. But I like the 41.5 over.
For the over, the Cowboys going to have to score some touchdowns.
But the Bengals could score. And Jamar Chase is going to run all over that secondary. But, hey, the Texans visit the Broncos. Broncos favored by 10, and the over-under is 45.
You know, these Broncos are making their home debut with Russell Wilson. I like the situation here. They should have won Monday night. Even though I think Davis Mills, you know, is impressed for the Texans and everything, but I'm going with the Mile High team here outright to beat the Texans. I just think Russell Wilson needed to get away from the Seattle area. Okay, now he's away from that. Now he's going to have a new crowd cheering him on with that blue and orange. So I like the Broncos outright on this one. I'm going to take it. The Broncos in 10. I'm going to take it. I don't think Houston has any answers for Denver here. So
it's at Mile High.
Yeah,
they got to get their breathing techniques down. I'm taking the Broncos winning by 20. All right, the Cardinals visiting the Raiders. He got the phone call.
I got the call from Jerry Jones. Can you make it to practice? Because we're not sure about Cooper Rush. That was his name. I couldn't think of his name. Cooper Rush.
All right.
What a rush.
All right. The Cardinals visiting the Raiders. 5.5 is the spread. 51.5 over under.
You know, I think that's a lot of points. I think that is a lot of points there. So I'm going with Derek Carr and the Raiders here at home. You know, to me, Kyler Murray just doesn't seem motivated to want to play football. I don't know what his deal is. You know, it's just I'll just throw the ball up in the air and hope something happens here. So I think Josh McDaniels is going to get his first victory as the Raiders head coach at home against these Cardinals and send these Cardinals packing back to Arizona at 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under 51.5.
I think that's a safe bet because I don't see these two teams putting that.
So this game originally was 52.5. Now they shrunk it to 51.5. So I'm just curious why they lowered the points. Just saying.
Maybe because I don't know, Kyler Murray. I don't know. But you know what I know? Is the next game, Sunday Night Football. The Bears visit the Packers. 10-point favorite for the Packers. 42 over under. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna go with the under on this one. I'm not sold on Green Bay. I didn't like what I saw last week. I think what's his name is just he got a lot of young talent around him that he doesn't know how to work with. This showed last week against Minnesota. Okay, so I'm gonna stay away from this one because the Bears, even though they won a sloppy game against San Francisco, but a win is a win. I don't care. I'm going to stay with the under on this one. So under 42, I'm just going to stay safe with these two.
You know, I agree with you there, man. I'm going to stay under as well. Well, if anything, if the defense performs, they'll probably shut down the Bears. And I don't think that the Green Bay Packers, should it become a shutout, I don't think that the points will add up over 42. So
Aaron Rodgers, I just feel like he's going to get frustrated all year. Unless something changes with his rookie receivers, he's going to get frustrated real fast.
He just needs to be a leader and be quiet with all that noise. And again, why did Devontae Adams leave Green Bay? It is what it is. That's all I got to say on that one. Monday Night Football has 2 games, and we'll start off with the Titans versus the Bills. 10-point spread for the Bills, 47.5 over under.
I'm going to take the over on this one. I really am. You're looking at me with that eyebrow. Yeah. I just think that the momentum that Buffalo have right now.
You go over and I go under.
You're going to go under? Yeah. And you know,
I don't sound right the way we're just describing it, but I'm gonna tell you that right now. We're keeping the numbers real. Okay?
Yeah, we're keeping the numbers real. We just don't. Yeah, that didn't sound right.
We're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. All right.
Next.
Last game, the Vikings visit the Eagles. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I picked the Vikings to win the NFC North, and I picked the Eagles to win the NFC East. So look at that, man. I mean, what a coincidence.
Yeah, I believe so, and I agree with you. Sounds like a 69. Oh my God, Frank. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone, Frank.
Only Frank.
But I agree. I mean, I do have these two teams winning their respective divisions, honestly. And what a way we may see a playoff preview right here already in week 2. So I think the Vikings pass rush is gonna interrupt what Jalen Hurts may have going here in Philadelphia. So I didn't do the right thing last week by going for Minnesota, but I am picking Minnesota outright here, Monday Night Football, to go into Philadelphia and win this game. And I think Kirk Cousins will continue to just throw up these numbers and tell you, you like that? You like that? So I got the Vikings going in and beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
I do too. I think this, honestly, I had thought that the Vikings would be favoring this game, but then again, Jalen Hurts was the highest points there in DraftKings. If you were playing the early games on DraftKings on the fantasy football type of game, and he scored the highest of 28 points until the afternoon games and the late games. There, well, you know, the Chiefs quarterback and all that, but Jalen Hurts proved himself that he could run the ball too, so that's a big threat. But the Vikings, Kirk Cousins, new coaching staff. The Minnesota Vikings will defeat the Eagles by 11.
Hey, as long as the Vikings win, I'm just happy. I mean, they'll cover. I
gotta be accurate here. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta put some numbers.
Nah, that's fine. I mean, Kirk Cousins got Justin Jefferson, so look, I think he's gonna have a great year as a quarterback. He's gonna put up some great numbers out with having a receiver like Jefferson. So, yeah, Jalen Hurts is gonna get hurt at home.
He might get his feelings hurt, but it is what it is. But hey, you know,
as long as the Giants are in first place by themselves after Monday night next week, I'm happy.
Me too. If my picks are right, I'm gonna be in first place because we have a lot of differences this week.
We got a lot this week, and it's only week 2.
It's only week 2. Yes,
we got a lot.
And this show is brought to you by Clovercrest Media. All right, our new website is coming to town called CMG Central. Under construction, but stay tuned for that. But we got a lot more football because later on we'll be talking about some college football. So we got Joe Aguirre coming in to see what's going on the college picks for this Saturday. But Hector, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, I got the win coming up after end of week 2. So I'll be expecting you to text me and be like, "Hey, you know what? You told me so." And stay tuned, subscribe to our YouTube channel because Sunday we're gonna be laughing. We'll laugh together about I told you so. And if you're following us, please subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, let us know who you got going on for this weekend on week 2 of the NFL picks. So on behalf of Hector and myself, thank you for watching. Until next week. Yes, I'm gonna rub it in, David.
Giants will be 2-0, baby.
Giants will be 2-0. What a surprising factor that will be.
If that happens, I think we're going to see a blizzard in half the United States.
Take care.